Well, the 1930 FIFA World Cup was the inaugural FIFA World Cup, the World Championship for men's national association football teams. It took place in Uruguay from 13 July to 30 July 1930. FIFA Football International governing body selected Uruguay as host nation as the country would be celebrating the centenary of its first constitution, and the Uruguay national football team had successfully retained their football title at the 1928 Summer Olympics. The 1938 FIFA World Cup was the third staging of the World Cup and was held in France from 4 June to 19 June. Italy retained the championship, beating Hungary 4-2 in the final. France was chosen as host by FIFA in Berlin on August 13, 1936. France defeated Argentina and Germany in the first round of voting. The decision caused a outrage in South America, where it was believed that the venue would alternate between the two continents. Instead, it was the second tournament in a row to be played in Europe. This was the last World Cup to be staged before the outbreak of the Second World War. The 1950 FIFA World Cup, held in Brazil from 24 June to 16 July, was the fourth FIFA World Cup. It was the first World Cup since 1938, the planned 1942 and 1946 competitions having been cancelled owing to World War II. It was won by Uruguay, who had won the inaugural competition in 1930, clinching the cup by beating the host Brazil 2-1 in the deciding match of the four-team final group. This was the only tournament not decided by a one-match final. It was also the first tournament where the trophy was referred to as the Jules Rimet Cup to mark the 25th anniversary of Jules Rimet's presidency FIFA. The 1966 FIFA World Cup, the eighth staging of the World Cup, was held in England from 11 to 30 July. England beat West Germany 4-2 in the final, winning the World Cup. With this victory, England won their first FIFA World Cup title and became the third World Cup host to win the tournament after Uruguay in 1930 and Italy in 1934. In 1966 finals, held at Wembley Stadium, was the last to be broadcast in black and white. The tournament held a 28-year FIFA record for the largest average attendance until it was surpassed by the United States in 1994. England was chosen as host of the 1966 World Cup in Rome, Italy on 22 August 1960, over opposition from West Germany and Spain. The 1978 FIFA World Cup, the 11th staging of the FIFA World Cup quadrennial International Football World Championship tournament, was held in Argentina between 1 and 25 June. The 1968 World Cup was won by Argentina, who beat Netherlands 3-1 after extra time in the final. This win was the first World Cup title for Argentina, who became the fifth team after Uruguay, Italy, England, and West Germany to be both hosts and world champions. Argentina, the Netherlands, and Brazil were the gold, silver, and bronze medalists respectively. The official match ball was the Adidas Tango. For the first time, the number of entries passed the 100 mark. Among the most prominent teams not to survive the qualifiers were Uruguay, who were eliminated in the South American preliminaries. Argentina was chosen as the host nation by FIFA in London, England, on 6 July 1966. Mexico withdrew from the bidding process after having awarded the 1970 competition 2 years earlier. The 1990 FIFA World Cup was the 40th FIFA World Cup, the quadrennial International Football World Championship tournament. It was held from 8 June to 8 July 1990 in Italy, the second country to host the event twice, the first being Mexico in 1986. Teams representing 116 national football associations from all six populated continents entered the competition. To vote to choose the host of the 1990 tournament was held on 19 May 1984 in Zurich, Switzerland. Here, the FIFA Executive Committee chose Italy ahead of the only rival, beat the USSR by 11 votes to 5. This awarding made Italy only the second nation to host two World Cup tournaments, after Mexico had also achieved with their 1986 tagging. Italy had previously had the event in 1934, where they had won their first championship. Austria, England, France, Greece, West Germany, and Yugoslavia also submitted an initial application for 31 July 1983 deadline. A month later, only England and Greece remained in the hunt, with Italy and the Soviet Union after the other contenders all withdrew. The 2014 FIFA World Cup will be the 20th FIFA World Cup, an international men's football tournament that is scheduled to take place in Brazil from 12 June to 13 July 2014. It will be the second time that Brazil has hosted the competition, the previous being in 1950. Brazil was elected and challenged as host nation in 2007 after the International Football Federation FIFA decreed that the tournament would be staged in South America for the first time since 1978, in Argentina, and the fifth time overall. On 7 March 2003, FIFA announced that the tournament will be held in South America for the first time since 1978, in line with its then active policy of rotating the host the World Cup among different confederations. The decision meant that it would be the first time that two consecutive World Cups would be staged outside Europe. On 3 June 2003, the South American Football Confederation (CONMEBOL) initially announced that Argentina, Brazil, and Colombia wanted the finals, but by March 2004, the CONMEBOL Associate had unanimously voted to adopt Brazil as their sole candidate. During the intervention months, Colombia decided that it would enter its own bid and formally declared its candidacy in December 2006. A week earlier, Brazil had also formally announced its interest. However, Colombia officially withdrew its bid in April 2007, leaving Brazil as the only host candidate. On 3 October 2007, FIFA officially confirmed that Brazil would host the event.